Hello and welcome to this audio-video overview of information on a full-time job opportunity as a business development specialist with Runner. Now, first of all, who is this for? If you are receiving a link to this audio-video presentation, it's because you're an active candidate for the business development position. At this point in time, there's only one position that's open, but congratulations, because you are actually in the middle of the process already. See, we've posted a job and you've applied, we've gone through a pre-screening phase, and now we are at the review and next steps phase. So let me describe the process going forward from here. Once we've reviewed your resume, we sent you an email, and that provided additional information regarding the job overview, and of course this audio video. What's next is we're going to ask you if this makes sense and it's something you still want to pursue, to complete a questionnaire. After we receive that questionnaire, it's going to give us a lot of additional information to supplement your resume, and we'll be able to notify you of next steps. So the reason we're doing it this way is because we don't have the time this week to meet with all the candidates we'd like to speak with, and we're moving on an aggressive pace. So if one of our recruiters would reach out to you and talk to you over the phone, we would have a dialogue. We would provide a bunch of information to supplement the information you already have, and we would also ask you a bunch of questions. So instead of doing it that way, we're using this audio video and the downloadable material to give you all the same information that you would normally get in a conversation with a recruiter. And then instead of asking you a bunch of questions and you being on the spot on a impromptu phone interview, what we're doing is we're giving you a chance to thoughtfully think about your responses and type them back to us in a form, or you can use Siri and dictate them. But that questionnaire is how we're going to get feedback from you from the questions that we'd like you to answer. So before we go any further, I want to just challenge you to consider if any of these things sound like you may be the ideal candidate for this position. So first of all, perhaps you're in a scenario where you're in a dead-end job or you're stuck. Maybe you've gotten some skills developed and you've had some prior experience with similar positions, but there's no real opportunity, and you're looking for something that's giving you an opportunity to grow with an organization or build your skills. Or maybe you're looking for more money because we've got a pretty outstanding package here that has no cap on the income. Or maybe you're looking to improve your resume. You've got some great experience, you've done some successful things, but now it's time to get a solid company with corporate logos on the resume of people you've worked with. Or maybe you're just looking for something that's long-term. It's a stable job. Well, every one of these things we can offer. Or maybe you're looking for something to help you advance your career. That's really a sweet spot because everybody that comes through Runner goes through such a transformational process with regard to their own personal and professional learning and development that everyone continues to grow. So if any one of those things sound like something you're looking for, well, you may be the right person. Let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Mark Galvan. I'm a recruiting manager, and really the key objective for us as recruiters is to create a win-win-win-win. Yeah, 4 wins. So first of all, if you're the right candidate for this job, you're going to win because it's the ideal opportunity. It's what you've been looking for. It's a chance to grow. It's a chance to make money. But the company wins also because you're the one that you fit in. You bring a great personality to the team. You have all the characteristics we're looking for. But more than that, you've got somebody at home, somebody who supports you. They win because you've gotten into a job and an opportunity and a career path that is going to help you and your family. Or the clients that we serve, they win too. So that's really what we're looking for, a way to create a win-win scenario for all the different stakeholders involved. So we use this process, an accelerated virtual recruiting model, to actually move the candidates that we like through the process. And again, you're getting the same information that you would be in an interview. It's just this way you have a little bit of an advantage because you can think about your answers to the questions. So no, there's no artificial intelligence here, no automation. This is all real people, and it's just a way for us to make your time more efficient. And you can watch this in the middle of the night, and you can fill out the forms and follow up with us at your leisure. There's no reason for a scheduled appointment until we get the information back from you. So here's our timeline. It's the week of May 1st, and we're aggressively connecting with the candidates we like. The week of May 8th is the target week for interviews. And this does have a start date of ASAP. So if you're in a position where you need to give notice, you'll want to let us know. Or if you're immediately available, we'd like to know that as well. So just briefly, you've gotten some information already about the company, and you can certainly read more. But Globe Runner has been in the Dallas area for quite some time and has an amazing culture. Part of that is because the CEO and the leadership put the core values not just on the wall or on a website, but in all of their expectations and how they actually do their work. One of their core values is putting clients first. Well, clearly, you know that if you've worked in the hospitality industry or the service or consulting industry, it's critical that you put clients first. Another one is leading with integrity. For that to be a core value says a lot because they expect honesty and transparency and integrity in their dealings with each other and with their clients. Owning the work. That means we take personal responsibility for the things that are on our plate. Regardless of our role or our contributions, we own what we're responsible for. And another core value is play to win. There is an appreciation for competition. Everything in business is competitive, and winning is a lot more fun than losing. So if you're a competitive person, then you're going to love this environment. And then the last one is never stop learning. And I love that because we all have a commitment in every one of our roles to constantly develop and increase our capabilities and our competencies over time to just do better and better work and to grow in our opportunities. So now what I want to do is highlight some of what we think are the key differentiators for the business, because if you go to work for any company, you want to know that you're representing an organization that has standing in the marketplace, that they stand out, they stand up, and they stand strong. So in this case, you've got an organization that has turnkey solutions. That is a little bit unique because not everything is a custom deal. They look at everything as we have the people, we have the process, we have the technology to be able to customize the solution, and they're strategic at the same time. So they can deal with strategy, tactical and technical solutions for marketing and advertising for their customers. They also cultivate very high levels of trust and integrity. They have a deep commitment and a focus and a passion for the middle market. That's not the small, tiny businesses, and it's not the giant companies that you see, commercials for on TV. It's the middle market, the companies that really need these types of support services to help them grow. All these things together really collectively make a very unique advertising and marketing agency in the digital space, because not every organization brings all of those capabilities to a customer. Now, I think a lot of this is the reason why the client retention is also so strong. So let's talk a little bit about the job, because ultimately there's a mission behind this position. The role is phone sales, telemarketing, appointment setting, but it's not sales. It's talking to people and finding out if they have a need and being able to convince them using some very well-known, well-tested techniques to get on a phone call with somebody that can take a deep dive and identify their problems with business development or revenue generation or sales, and help them come up with a solution. So your role, your mission is to provide a consultative ear to some organization as you call into these businesses and find out what their problem is and connect them with an opportunity to speak to a person that can consult and advise them. So this is not just a commission-only job. This is a commission plus a base salary. And in the case of Globe Runner, you're actually paid a commission on top of what you're earning in bonuses and base comp for all of the sales that are made for the appointments you set. So you're not even doing the sales. So there's a mission behind this that's very worthwhile because you're helping companies solve problems and grow because of their connection to Globe Runner solutions. The job ultimately involves, daily phone calls, follow-ups, logging your notes, capturing the right details, and it's going to start with training. The company's not going to throw you into a position where you're going to just read a script 1,000 times a day. No, you're going to be trained. You're going to be developed into somebody that can take and respond to professional inquiries and present the company properly. So the good news for you is that there's already processes and procedures and scripts and coaching and training for you. So you're going to already be trained into a new model you right from the very beginning. So real quickly about total rewards, because I think this is very noticeably different from other organizations. There is a lot of perks and total rewards benefits as a part of a total package. The pay is already competitive. Matter of fact, it's more than that. It's aggressive because of the zero cap on the commissions for the sales that are made for the appointments you set, okay? So that's remarkable. But the total rewards are not just designed to attract a good person. They're designed to reward great results. So if you're a go-getter and you've done similar work, or you know what's involved and you've got the passion for helping people and the discipline to be on the phone, and you love being able to provide solutions, then this is for you. There's a full benefit package, including health and dental and vision, a 401k plan, and a lot more. Wait till you see the multi-page list of all the rewards. I mean, there's even an education budget every year for you to get training and development. So this is a long-term opportunity. This is a chance to grow with an organization and really genuinely improve your skills. So what else is in it for you? So definitely there is a short-term opportunity for a great job. It's not just a job, it's a career. And it has a career path to it if you stay in the company, or you may be trained to be able to take another job someplace else over time. So it's absolutely a growth opportunity, but it's also a long-term, huge boost to your career. The reason why is because you're learning skills that are communication related, that are hands down some of the most valuable in all of business. So, for example, the Department of Labor statistics show that the highest paid people in America are either business owners, C-level executives, or salespeople. So, unless you're going to start a multi-million-dollar business tomorrow or be offered a president position or a chief operating officer position, your fastest path to wealth creation is in a sales capacity. So you're learning the first steps to how to build and cultivate relationships and open doors in a consulting way. So extremely valuable long-term for whatever you're going to do in your career. So last couple things to cover is just want to highlight what the requirements are for the job and the duties and responsibilities. I mean, obviously, you're contacting individuals and businesses. You're using the phone. And we also want you to know that right now during the COVID-19 pandemic, there is an opportunity to work remotely from home. However, you have to have high-speed internet, and you have to have a quiet place to make phone calls. Yeah, you think that's That's a simple thing, but I mean, how many phone calls have you been on, or Zoom calls where there's like kids and dogs and birds and all kinds of stuff in the background? No, you got to have a quiet space. So if you've got those things, then you're already on the short list of folks that are prepared to be able to do this work from home. Now, of course, we all are looking forward to being able to get back together in the office at some point, but the business is taking it cautiously and is, again, out of the safety and health concerns for everybody on the team, there's an ability to work remotely for the time being. So there's also goals and objectives. You're going to have targets that you're going to need to hit for outbound calls. But all this is doable, and there's a track record of people making a solid amount of money. Exactly what we're promoting, in the $60,000 to $75,000 range is absolutely doable, and that's not even for kicking it out of the park. So educational requirements are not steep. If you've got a high school diploma or the equivalent, you're in. If you've got similar experience, you're in. That means anything regarding sales, prospecting, outbound cold calling, anything you've done with calling activity, all that stuff is great. If you've got knowledge of digital marketing already, well, it's not required, but that's a huge plus, obviously. I mean, if you know what content marketing is and search engine optimization and some of these other things that are critical for businesses to market on the internet, then of course that's an advantage. If you don't know that stuff already, well, you'll learn it. If you're hired, you're going to go through that learning curve. And like I said, you're going to be amazingly more skilled after having worked for the business. So obviously, great professional communication skills are required. Being able to write properly, grammatically correct emails and communication is important. And also being able to be persistent professionally without being a jerk or rude. If you come across over the phone that way, people hear it in your voice. There's also a need to be able to always be patient no matter what happens, because sometimes you call in to somebody and they're irritated at something that happened and they take it out on you over the phone. That's not personal. And it's important for you to be able to have the composure and the professionalism to be able to handle that and say, all right, maybe it's not a good time. I can call you back. But never take it personally and never take it back out on the client. So back to next steps. If all of this is sounding really interesting after you're listening to all this and you really want to move forward with this process, we want to move forward with you. We've already looked at your background. We've looked at the pre-qualification questions, and we now want more information from you. So the next step is to look at the questionnaire. It's an online form. You can answer the questions with as much information as you want to provide. There's questions about your prior experience, any technical skills, and a chance for you to share more about you. Take advantage of those questions. Those are open-ended questions where you can tell us whatever you think is appropriate and would help sell us on your capabilities for being the right person. So at that point, what we do is we take all that information and we're able to identify the folks, like potentially yourself, that we want to speak with, and it turns into a phone call and then probably a video interview. So regardless of what happens to you in this process, we just want you to know that as a recruiting team, we believe that everybody is amazing when they're in the right position in the right organization. So your job is to find the right place where you can just hit it out of the park and blossom and be the best version of yourself you can be. And our job is to find that person that fits into this role. So whether this is for you or not, we will encourage you by giving you access to some career resources that can help you in your transition. And you know what? If you're listening to all this and you're getting exposed to who GlobeRunner is as an organization, you understand that maybe you know of a business, maybe a family member owns a business, or you know of a small business or an organization, a mid-sized company where they're struggling right now. And a lot of organizations are with business development and sales and client acquisition. If you know of an organization that needs Globe Runner services? By all means, we want to know. We would love to hear about that from you. We'll give you a place to respond on the questionnaire, and we will reach out to them professionally and respectfully. They'll thank you, and so will we. So we just want to make that available in case you know of somebody that needs our help, but we're committed to helping you. Whether or not you're the person for the position, we'll give you access to some resources that can help you on your career path. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for listening. This is a little longer than anticipated, but a lot of information here, and we're excited to see your response on the questionnaire and figure out next steps. All right, take care.